Back on, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for waking up bright and early and joining us here at CNN News 18, your election news destination. Just about half an hour to go. That counting gets underway. Let's try and quickly get you one state where it all perhaps could be in suspense and hung. That is Meghalaya. So, what's going to happen in Meghalaya? Once a Congress bastion, this time around it's a Sangma versus Sangma fight. Mukul Sangma, who's left the Congress, joined the Congress, Trinamool Congress, and of course the incumbent Conrad Sangma. Now Conrad Sangma has hinted that if all goes well, we'll continue the same alliance, we'll go with the party that is at the centre that can help the state. But what do the pollsters predict? The BJP would get about 4 to maximum is about getting into double digits, which is perhaps will be the best, the biggest and the best performance by the BJP so far, because they got just 2 last time. If they get up to double digits, it's a phenomenal performance. Congress slipping further and further, the Trinamool Congress also gaining. Will that soon, perhaps around the corner of the next election, become the perhaps single largest party to contend with, who's got perhaps a multi-state and a national presence in Meghalaya? That's the big question as far as Meghalaya is concerned. Will Conrad Sangma consolidate, or will the BJP then become perhaps a little more of a sizable partner in this alliance? We'll have to wait and watch. All in all, the exit pollsters predict that status quo will continue. That means the NEDA alliance will prevail in these 3 states, with the BJP making gains and also holding on to some of the places where it broke in the last time around. Let's go across to our guest, Advaita Kala. Meghalaya, are you surprised that the Congress party has not put in the kind of fight that you would expect it to do? Or is it because of the fact that the Trinamool has moved into that space and tried to capture that space?
Well, I'm not surprised by Congress not putting up a fight. We just saw that in Gujarat as well. There is a downward spiral, and it seems to be going a little out of control. I think in states like Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, and Karnataka, the Congress will be there because they have regional leaders who are very strong and are active on the ground. But when it comes to any kind of national push, the Congress doesn't seem to have that at the present time. Coming to Meghalaya, I think this is very important for TMC because, as we know, TMC has been trying to break out of West Bengal, had a disastrous outing in Gujarat, and then decided to seek relevance closer home. So I think they're going to be looking very closely at Meghalaya, as they should. And should they manage to put up some sort of showing, I think, you're going to see the headlines coming out about Abhishek Banerjee being the next. So you'll have a little bit of Parivarvad going on there and expressing itself on the TMC planks if they do perform well in Meghalaya and even Tripura to a certain extent.
Two states they wanted to break in, Meghalaya and Tripura, and they seem to be making more gains in Meghalaya, the Trinamool Congress, compared to Tripura. What's with these black frames, ladies and gentlemen? Did you notice in this broadcast Advaita Kala sporting those black ones, and we got Zaka Jacob here who's sporting a new one. So it's all getting into the frame world. But aside of that quotient of style, but when we come to Meghalaya, and I want to see how you break it down. This was a state which saw a lot of disruptions in the past. Ever since the BJP and the NEDA alliance has come, one of the key factors in these regions has been lesser disruptions, lesser killings, lesser civilian unrest, and lesser intra-fighting between the tribes. All of that. Will that help the BJP's cause? And what we saw in Shillong and Tura, Zaka, with the Prime Minister's rally, the road show, him standing and speaking people, and that entire place was chock-a-block with people, not just cadre, but people. So, at large. Is that all signs of change in Meghalaya?
So I think it's going to be interesting. Ultimately, I think the tribal sensibilities and the tribal identities will have a huge bearing. Remember, in 2018, this is what the picture looked like. The Congress actually ended up as the single largest party, like they did in Goa 5 years ago, but they didn't move fast enough. So Conrad Sangma, at that time, they had contested separately, moved in quickly with the BJP, and then went on to form the government there. Just before this 2023 election, Conrad decided that he's going to split. Remember, Meghalaya is a Christian-dominant state. More than 80%, 75-80% of the population is Christian-dominated. A large number of them are Baptist. So Conrad, perhaps for that reason or perhaps other reasons, decided to split with the BJP. But look, as the exit poll suggested, if the NPP ends up somewhere between 15 to 20 and the BJP has somewhere between 5 to 10, then you can be rest assured that Conrad Sangma will once again join hands with the BJP and it'll be the NEDA alliance that will prevail. The Congress has to get more than 25 seats. 30 is the halfway mark, 31 to win the state. They have to get more than 25. The TMC, 40% vote share that the others got last time around. 40%. The TMC will take away a good chunk of that 40%. It's there for their taking. It's there for grabs. And if they do, then they will eat into the Congress's vote. TMC, unlike in Tripura, where it might not be that much of a player because there is already a third player in Tripura, the TMC could potentially really be the wrecking factor, particularly for the Congress here in Meghalaya.
Yes, and that 41% that you talked about where the Trinamool is wanting to get a look in, even the BJP would want to pinch some
of that
and
vote,
make some inroads. And if they can get into double digits, it's a big story for the BJP's performance. And how much of it will you attribute to that one man who's currently the Assam Chief Minister, Himanta Biswa Sarma, how he sorted the border disputes, how he's engaged with these states, and the kind of traction he's been getting at his rallies. These are all stories within stories. We'll talk about all of that after a short break.